part of Touhou 8 Imperishable Night, the moon drives people mad. Yes, it does. So anyway, yeah, it's time to do the extra stage. An extra stage we shall do because this game has an extra stage.
That makes sense that if there's
10
an
out
extra
of 10
stage,
dialogue, Evan. Become a poet.
10 out of 10 extra stage exists.
Now, as per
If I had to rate
this is just an
Extra
attempt.
stage from 0, it doesn't exist, or 10, it exists, I'd give it a 10.
Now, as per usual, this is just an attempt at the extra stage and not a successful one. I don't think there will ever be a successful attempt at an extra stage one at an extra stage run in these commentaries because I am not good enough at Touhou to actually pull it off.
Are there people who can?
Oh,
No,
totally.
nobody is good at this game.
I don't know whether you're joking or not because that does seem plausible.
I am joking.
Okay.
No, there are plenty of people who are actually capable of doing it. It's just that I'm not, and the rest of you haven't played enough Touhou to be good at it either.
Well, you're good at it compared to me. Because I've never played it.
Watches we're like, hey Carrie, give this a shot. Watches we're like, hey Carrie, give this a shot, and Carrie actually is just like naturally just the best in the world. She's just like, just like super fast.
Queen.
All right. The way I see it is that I'm good at easy mode and decent at normal mode, but anywhere beyond that is like I don't even want to see how good I am at that. It's like, you know, normal mode. Like I feel like I'm pushing my limits there too. I've been waiting for you. You've got some guts challenging me. Are you the guts in the trial of guts? I won't lay one finger on this. By the way, this is Kane.
I thought you said forearm.
Remember how she said that the transformation was full body? Yeah, actually, she just gets horns now.
There you go.
I gotta say, her family name is fucking long.
It is
Kamishirasawa.
Kamishirasawa.
Kamishirasawa, yeah.
That's a lot
Kamishirasawa.
of syllables.
That's actually fairly lengthy.
But Will, what if your last name was Kamishirasawa?
It would be a pretty lengthy last name.
Will Kamishirasama?
The length of my last name is irrelevant to the length of that person's last name. So.
It's true.
But no, because then you'd have to live with the fact that your last name was that long.
I would never sleep at night. I don't think I could live with myself.
And it's like people would always botch it.
Yeah. You ever see somebody like in a classroom, like a substitute teacher, and they're calling everybody out by their full name, and the substitute teacher like fucks up somebody's last name that's like fucking easy. Like somebody's last name is like
Smith.
Johnston instead of Johnson,
Oh,
and they're
okay.
like a John Stone, and you're like, what? I assumed you were fluent in English. Maybe I was wrong. Sorry.
I had this friend from elementary school through high school. Her name is Kiana, and it's spelled just as you would expect it to be, Kiana, Kiana. Very typical.
I wonder what that was about. It doesn't feel like the fairies are pretty rowdy tonight. Or, I mean, it does feel. The moon tonight is especially strong. It's no wonder that all the creatures are rowdy, really. So there are even fools who'd go out on a night like this, huh? Who's that? You, obviously.
Oof.
No, I'm asking who's a fool. So you're admitting to be a fool, then.
Oof.
I'm a human who has lived
She just
here for a
roasts her
long
partner.
time. I'm not here because I'm a fool. A human, huh? Maybe she owns the forest or something. So
I
what
own
are
the
you
forest,
doing
I
here,
see.
fools? A trial of guts. And other various things. What? A trial of guts? Oh, since when have humans been this foolish? You come all this way out here in the dead of night with this lunatic full moon and tons of yokai out for a trial of guts of all things? It's a miracle that you weren't killed by yokai yet. Trial of guts, seriously. If you die, it'll be your guts the yokai will feast on. She's just babbling. Reimu, any counterattacks? Yeah, well, we're just having this trial of guts because Kaguya was saying, hey, go on out there and... Wait, what was that? Did you say Kaguya? Did I? I certainly heard a ka, a gu, and a ya. Kaguya! 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 Sorry.
What was that? Izaya?
Actually, I was doing chocolate from SpongeBob.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She was the one who gave me this inconvenient body in the first place.
Inconvenient.
She's getting all worked up on her own. See,
I like
if you
how
don't take
surprised
advantage of
Rainbow
this,
looks. She's
you'll
like,
lose. So, how about I see for myself just how strong you messengers of Kaguyas are? If she sent you, you must be more powerful than her, right? How brave to think
Wait,
that there'd
no.
be a human brave enough to confront a yokai like me. I only knew 3 others like that. You mean Reimu, Marissa, and Sakuya from Touhou 7, right? Okay.
Mhm.
I'd rather not fight another human. What are you saying? You were fine fighting Marissa, weren't you? Don't go thinking I'm some ordinary human. I won't die. I'm completely unable to die thanks to that lousy Kaguya. Yes, no matter how hard she tries to eliminate me, it won't do her any good at all. She knows that, and she still sends you messengers. This cannot get any more annoying. Look, Reimu, you missed another opportunity. I still don't quite get it. But if she won't die, then that means I can go all out on her, right? More or less, although it looks like the completely unable to die part is just her being full of herself. If you don't go all out, it's game over for your life. There's no turning back now. It's a one-way street in the dead of the night. Just what you wanted. Allow me to test your guts. Anyway, yeah, this is, Fujiwara no Moko. Not that Fujiwara, Carrie.
Yeah, not the right one. So, briefly, finish what I was
Kiana.
saying about my friend Kiana. She would get her name pronounced Kayana frequently. Probably more frequently than she had her name pronounced correctly. Which was the strangest thing to me, because I feel like this is a pretty standard name that you would hear in America. But no.
You know, I feel like it's.
In my first grade class, I had a classmate named Emily, but her name was spelled... Oh, hey, we won! Oh, fuck, she's back! Like, her name was Emily, but it was spelled Emaleigh.
Oh boy.
Oh. Emily.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, you know, I was about to make this joke, but there are countries where it's actually illegal. Not illegal, unlawful, I'll say. To name your kid like a name that's very standard, but with a peculiar spelling.
I thought you were just gonna say that it's unlawful to name your kid something absolutely stupid.
Oh my gosh.
I
that's
mean-
probably... in what countries were...
One of the Scandinavian countries, don't remember which one. Might have been Denmark.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there was a mom who wanted to name her kid Bridge. Not Bridge. Her native word for it, Bridge.
Okay.
And the government's like, you can't name your kid Bridge, and she's like, I'm suing. And she won, actually.
Wow.
So...
Anyway, like, just imagine, like in English, just naming your kid Bridge.
To be fair, I did know
Bridget.
a Bridger.
This
Oh,
Bridget,
Bridget
too.
was the name, that's right. Anyway, yeah, that was Fujiwara no Moko, and basically her thing is that she's the daughter of one of the guys who tried to do one of Kaguya's impossible tasks and failed. So she swore revenge, also became immortal, and now they kill each other every day, but they come back to life because they're both immortal. The end.
Okay.
But anyway, that's all you need to know about that, because it's Final Thoughts time! Minus
Final
Gabe, because
Thoughts
fuck that
time.
guy.
Get wrecked.
Gabe.
So, you know, I think that the art style has been improving over the last couple of installments. Which is, I think, a good thing. I wasn't particularly impressed with Touhou art from the start. And I wouldn't say it's great, but it's definitely improving. And I'm very happy about that. Pretty standard still, though. I wouldn't say that it felt the exact same as Touhou 6 or 7. But it wasn't particularly different except for the partner thing, which I thought was kind of neat. But I didn't really get to see the weight of that in the gameplay because I wasn't playing it myself. 6 out of 10.
Okay. It's my turn. Okay, so something I've been doing the past few games is taking time to write out things that I notice that I want to mention in final thoughts, because that helps me mention all the things that I want to say that I'll sometimes miss during the final thoughts. So I'm going to be doing that. I actually did that the last one too. I just didn't say anything. But yeah, so in contrast to Will, I actually found this one really enjoyable, and I think it'll stand out to me more than some of the other ones, and I'll give a little bit of reasons why. I had fun with the different characters, like from the bug to the sparrow to the bunny to even fighting Reimu as Marissa, and that kind of caught me off guard at first, but I didn't realize it was just an insert from a separate playthrough as Marissa. But that was kind of fun to see the character that you normally play as on the other side and fighting her. And I also found the night blindness concept from Little Miss Sparrow fun, if not difficult, from the perspective of the person playing.
Her name was Misty Lorelei.
Pardon?
Her name was Misty Lorelei.
Yeah, I didn't catch their names. They flash by so quickly. I like the music, really set the mood. Melodies in the special stage are particularly fun, but maybe that's just because that's the last one I listened to. Plotline was interesting, kept me engaged, pretty creative, I like how it referenced the moon-related folklore. And then I also want to address the teammate play style. That did add interest to me, add interest for me, not just for the plot and the gameplay specifically, but for the dialogue, because the banter is something that stands out to me in Touhou in general. But this one did extra because you had the dynamic of several characters interacting with each other in the same scene and kind of seeing how those personalities interact. So I'm gonna jump it up for my score and give it an 8.5 out of 10. I thought I had good fun with this one.
All right. So, for the longest time, this was actually my favorite Touhou game. Like, it's pretty easy to jump into compared to other ones. It's actually the one in the series that I've definitely had the most playthroughs on, just overall. I find the team-based mechanic interesting, although for the longest time I didn't actually know how to do it because it actually took me years to find out what focus mode even was. And how to enter it. But aside from that, yeah, I kind of agree with Carrie. I always found the cutscenes in this one to be particularly engaging just because of that extra character to add more dynamics to it and whatnot. So yeah, I agree with Carrie on that one as well. The soundtrack is actually one of my favorites in the Touhou series, period. Like, Touhou 6 and Touhou 15 and also 4 are probably like the ones I like the most. So yeah, like, just in general, I really do like this game, like, quite a bit more than a lot of the other ones. I think if I only have one real major gripe with it, it's the decision to put Racen right after Marissa or Reimu, and who are all very frustrating to fight, and just, it makes it more irritating than a fun challenge. Yeah, and again, so yeah, for the longest time, this was my favorite Touhou game, though. It was recently trumped in that regard by Touhou 15, which is, ironically, one of the hardest games in the series, and also, interestingly, also centered around the moon. You know, we'll talk more about that game when we get to that game, which will probably be in a separate marathon, considering it's Touhou 15.
Oh man, there's so many of those.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I'm gonna give this game an 8.5 out of 10, just like Carrie. So next time on Smash Team Games, I hope you remember Touhou 3, Phantasmagoria of Dim Dream, because we're going back to that playstyle, the multiplayer one, with Touhou 9, Phantasmagoria of Flower View. Until then, we are Smash Team Games, signing off.
Bye.